From the banks of the Tigard River to the hills of Taylor County, with Parker Biller and Noah Foley from the GSN studios, it's The Huddle. Today's episode is brought to you by...
Back in the studio, it is March 6th, and it is episode 39 as we take a look today at the upcoming spring sports agenda. We've got a lot of action coming up here in the next few weeks and a lot of past action to break down. Thanks for joining us today on The Huddle. I'm Parker Biller, that's Noah Foley, and thanks for tuning in, Fleet. Welcome back in. It's good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, bro. Been a minute.
Yep, it's been a minute. So we've got about 11 Fridays left of when we can film The Huddle. So we're looking at
how many episodes do you think? 7?
I want to get to 50. So we're at 39 right now.
So we gotta go.
We gotta push them out. I think we can get there. So
50 is a good number to end on.
Yeah, and even if we gotta film one out of school, we can still do that too. But guys, it's been a fantastic day, and we are looking forward to getting back into things. So Fleet, let's just go ahead and take a look at what has been going on. So we'll start with basketball. Now officially over, so let's start with the Lady Bearcats. They took the floor one last time this season at the Beehive on Tuesday in a 69-28 loss to East Fairmont. The girls finished the season 13-10 overall. Flee, your thoughts on the season?
Yeah, I think this was a rebuilding year for them, in my opinion. Natalie Beltner wasn't at 100% halfway through the season. When they played East Fairmont the first time, she broke her finger.
Yeah.
She was playing with a broken finger, so that probably had something to do with that. And Kenna Keener, what a career she had, man. That was a good last year to go out on. All-time leading rebounder, all-time leading scorer, broke the scoring record, Hadley Horns, 1,000 career points.
Yep.
Can't ask for a better senior season than Kenna Keener.
No, absolutely. And you look at the issues that they did have, and that would be guard play pretty much throughout the entirety of the season. But everybody on the squad returns because you're only losing Kenna Keener. So that is something to look forward to. So what, in your eyes, what does next year look like?
I think they will be all right because they do have a good guard coming up from the middle school, and Wiles is her last name. What's her first?
Adria.
She is a pretty good guard. And then in a few years they'll have Jenna Mayer too. So that would be a solid team with Jenna Mayer, Natalie Beltner, Kiara Spring, Jordan Cox, and Adria Wiles coming up here.
Yeah, and you look at some of the younger kids too, like Reagan Taylor, Kaisley Carr, who did get quality minutes for varsity in their freshman year. So they're going to be pretty solid here in the next few years.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
they'll have some good leadership coming back with Ruthie too. So
yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot to look forward to in that program there. And the boys basketball, they also season came to a close last night in regional play. 54-39 loss to the John Marshall Monarchs. The boys finished 9-12 overall, and Flea, they just struggled to be consistent all year.
Yeah, it was one game they were doing something exceptionally well, and then they were doing something pretty bad. There would be games like Robert C. Bird, some of the best defense we've seen at Scotty Hamilton in the past years, but they couldn't score the ball the best. Had a struggling third quarter, went to halftime up 2, and then they lost the game by 5. So it was inconsistency this year for Grafton.
Yeah, and you look at a team like John Marshall, which is a group that we beat by 19 points earlier in the season, and then you lose 54-39. So definitely not keeping up to that standard of where you want to be. But, I mean, keeping a lot of talent on the team. I mean, you're not losing a whole lot of guys. And they just continue to have those disappointing results there in those games that they should have won, too.
Yeah, and like last night when they played John Marshall, it was a combination of both. They weren't defending the ball the best. They weren't scoring the ball the best, but there were some flashes there from the younger guys that they could be good in the next coming years, from Jacob Moach, Tucker Semple, the Mushaw boys, Gage, and Jonathan Mayer. He had a pretty good night to go out for a senior.
He did, and he kind of kept us going a little bit in that one last night. But, so it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of that plays out. But, 9-12 overall, way better than it was last year.
Yep.
So, looking forward to that.
And, dude, their schedule, wasn't Gage telling us, they play University here, and then they play, Hurricane on a Friday? They're staying down there, and then they play Nitro the next day.
Yeah, I haven't looked at their schedule yet, but that's what I heard, and what an absolute gauntlet that's going to be.
That's a schedule that you schedule if you want to make the state tournament, in my opinion. That's like Coach Knight's schedule on those Hordes team for us in soccer.
Yeah, and we talk about that too. Like Coach Johnson, he schedules anybody. He does not care.
Scared.
He is not scared about that. So, going to be interesting there.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, our basketball commentating also comes to an end. We called 42 high school basketball games in total throughout our 3 years at GSN, we've been very blessed to have the viewership that we did and have the support that we had.
Dude, and our first game ever was Lewis County, and our last game ever was Lewis County.
That's right, man. Full circle moment for us right there.
That was a heck of a game. I forgot. Jesse Kemper, man.
Jesse Kemper, 42 points.
Ooh, I will remember that probably for like the rest of my life.
That was insane.
That
And
was-
Tucker Stemple, how many? He had a legacy game. 32.
Yeah.
Wow. What a game that was. So, but we ended on a good note. So,
That was fun.
it was fun. So, love to see that. So, let's also talk about the wrestling team. They wrap up their season today at States. Maverick Barsh is representing the Bearcats down in Huntington as we speak in the 126-pound weight class. He lost yesterday in the third period to a quality opponent from Ripley, and he's back wrestling today. So next week we will have an update on how he did. And the wrestling banquet is also scheduled to be held on March 22nd in the Mary Battle Studio at 6. So, Blaine, I mean, winter sports, they're pretty much done here. So let's move on to spring sports because those teams have been working hard, they've been practicing, and we've got a lot to talk about with them. So let's start with baseball. Things have been heating up down there at Upton Field the past few weeks, and official practices and tryouts started on Monday. And the team looked strong all around on the board. And last year they went 19-17 in John Guzz's first year as head coach. And really one thing that just stood out to a lot of people and to me as well is they really struggled to throw strikes last year. They walked way too many batters, and they lost some pitching. So pitching is going to be – it's a really important thing in high school baseball.
Yeah, for sure. As pitching is what wins you a game in high school baseball. And they have a lot of solid pitchers this year with Logan Mayo, Grayson Ramazon can get on the mound, Carter Gillespie, JK can do it, Grant Murphy, Ethan can come out there and pitch some. So the pitching this year, Mason Shimmy too, the pitching this year should be really solid for Grafton.
Yeah, and so is the defensive side of things. The outfield is looking really good. The infield looks super solid. They can probably hold some tough teams, I'd say, with their defense. But really, I think it's going to be the issues are going to come at the mound and at the plate for us overall. We got to throw strikes. We got to be consistent when we swing the bat. So yeah, going to be interesting to see. We'll take some more look at the schedule for them coming up as well. But we're going to be commentating some of those games on the Grafton Bearcats YouTube page. So stay tuned for that. Their first game is on March 24th against North Marion, and that one is on the road. So let's talk about softball too. They've been working hard as well. They're ramping up for their season. They finished last year 18-9-1. They made it to the regional final, and they became the first softball team in GHS history to win the Big Ten and the second team ever to win in the sectional round. They're losing a big key to that team, and that's Lily Pitcher. She broke the all-time strikeout record with over 500 Ks, so she is a big loss for them, and they're still probably looking to fill that role with her.
Yeah, and Lily Krim wasn't just a great pitcher. She was a great batter, too. I mean, she could hit the ball out of the park. She had a few grand slams last year, I'm pretty sure. So losing a player like Lily Krim, probably the best softball player to walk through this school, that's going to be a big loss for Coach Mahler.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a lot to fill there with what's going on there. But we'll take a more in-depth look at them. We'll interview some softball players as well. But track and tennis, they're also coming up very soon as well. But tennis, they've had quite a bit of action here, Flea.
Yeah, dude.
5 new players have joined, and they're all from our friend group.
Yeah, dude. What? Me, Patrick Foley, Bryce Kelly, Camden Hulley, and the big Owen Nestor, dude.
Man, I tell you what.
And then we got some good mentors there. We got Sarah DiPiano who's helping us out. We got Coach Knight who's helping us out a lot, and he loves our presence, I think. Briar Wagner, Zane, and
Briar Wagner.
LaRue, dude.
You love to say Briar
No,
Wagner.
I always say Briar Wagner because they kind of look like the same person.
He played
Briar
soccer,
Wagner
didn't he?
is the soccer player from St. Joe's, and I always call Briar LaRue Briar Wagner on accident. But Briar LaRue and Ian Phillips, too.
Well, let me ask you this. What prompted all this tennising that you guys wanted to do? I mean, I know you like tennis, but
Dude,
I mean,
honestly,
it's all of a sudden just came about.
Honestly, tennis, I feel like, is a sport that you can just get out and play with your friends and have fun no matter how old you are. And I kind of just wanted to play it, honestly, because it's one last season with Coach Knight, and ping pong is fun. So I like racket sports, ping pong and pickleball, and they're way easier than tennis.
You do have a ping pong table in your basement.
I do. I'm not bad at it.
You're not bad at it.
But tennis is a lot different from those racket sports. But yeah, just being around Coach Knight one last time and Sarah is pretty cool and it helps us out a lot.
I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys want to have fun and enjoy it. So
and I don't think we're that bad for starting last Saturday. We were out there for like 10 hours, dude.
You had a little sunburn on your head there.
It's peeling a little bit.
It's gonna hurt. But I'm excited to see you guys out there on the court. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So with that being said, we're gonna take a quick break. Text line coming up next. Stay with us.
When you are looking for your dream home, time is of the essence. You need an agent that has their finger on the pulse and keeps you in the know. That's why Keystone Realty Group is the most trustful realty group in North Central West Virginia, with agents that are responsive, honest, and will go the extra mile to get you the deal you want on the home you love. Keystone is your key to home ownership. Visit Keystone Realty Group WV.com. That's Keystone Realty Group WV.com and broker Christina Guz for all your buying, selling, and rental needs.
Welcome back in. Time for You Text, We Talk. Text in at 304-612-5901. That's 304-612-5901. But before we jump into the text line, the Hudl is brought to us by Quality Machine. They are serving the hard-working people of West Virginia since 1975. From fabrication to welding and anything in between, if man made it, quality can fix it. Visit QualityMachineInc.com. That's QualityMachineInc.com. Hudl also brought to us by the Keystone Realty Group for all your buying, selling, and renting needs with broker Christina Guz. Visit Keystone Realty Group, WV.com. Keystone Realty, your key to home ownership. And Hudl also brought to us by CG Farms. From fresh organic produce to quality cuts of meat. And they've also got some firewood. You name it. CG Farms has got it. So text or call 304-612-2224. CG Farms, quality at its best. So text line, Flea, let's jump into it. And I got a texter last night. They say, guys, I was visiting the Scotty Hamilton gym and I realized I can now pay with card at the concession stand. Love to see the high school is becoming modernized.
Yeah, I agree with the texter there. I mean, I like seeing that there is now a card feature for the concession stand, and there's two separate lines. So if you have cash, you go to the right. If you have card, you go to the left. And that I feel like that's better for younger teens like us because some people don't really carry cash on them. They have their mom's card on their Apple Pay, and they can just tap their phone and pay. So I like that here at Grafton High School.
Well, that's something that you see a lot of schools starting to do now, and something I didn't know, but I think this was at East Fairmont the other day. Could you only pay with card to get in?
Well, they do that for like every regional final game.
Is that why?
Any sport, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm not a big fan of that, but yeah, I mean, I think it's great. It's gonna be a lot easier. Don't have to get the change out. It's gonna speed up the line a little quicker. So yeah, love to see that. Guys, just saw the. Is it Callie or Kaylee Kellogg?
I'm gonna go Kaylee.
Kaylee?
I think that's Kaylee.
Kellogg. Yep. Just saw the Kellogg girl out of Morgantown High School now has an NIL deal with Vision Homes out of Morgantown. I am appalled. Texture says that.
That is where Tyler Clem made a great point at lunch one day. I think you were there with us. I don't know if you went to the entertainers room or not, but he said that NIL is too far in high school, but you can have a brand deal. And I completely agree with that.
I don't know.
I think because a brand deal is different than getting paid like NIL. She's not a sponsored athlete by them. Like if you're Tyrone Stokes and you're the #1 player in the country and you have a brand deal with like Reebok for like a shirt or something, that is different from NIL for getting paid.
I don't think that kids should be doing that.
I think if you're getting a brand deal, you gotta be like a top 100 recruit. ESPN.
Listen, here's the thing. When you start putting money into the hands of high school athletics, when you start giving them to kids who are just focused on athletics, that's taking away from them actually
wanting to play
and being educated too. Because when they focus on just sports and that stuff, sports are great. I mean, we do this for sports, but it's taking away from the educational side of things.
And it doesn't give the smoller programs a chance.
No,
at all. Because
it doesn't.
Look at Grafton. We're not going to sign anybody on NIL.
No. Like those are the Bridgeports and the Morgantowns.
The Bridgeports, the Morgantowns, the universities.
We don't have that.
We don't have what they have, and that just doesn't make it fair to play it. So if you're going to pay for NIL, I think there has to be some repercussions with it.
Yeah.
If you do end up doing it like
I think NIL can be okay at the collegiate level if it's managed correctly.
Yes.
But right now it's not being managed correctly. And in terms of transfer portals, it's not also being managed correctly either. And I think there's a bill in West Virginia that's about to get passed about high school kids can no longer transfer due to athletics. And
I like that.
I love that. I think that's a great thing. So we'll have to do some more research into that. But yeah, interesting topic there to be discussed. Yeah. And final texter says, rest in peace, the West Virginia-born native Lou Holtz. I grew up admiring his style and smarts. He will be missed. And Lou Holtz, man, what a guy he was. The Brooke County native passed away on Wednesday at the age of 89. And I got a little Lou Holtz story. So I was scrolling yesterday and I found this great quote or story about him. So in 1970, WVU would defeat William and Mary 43-7 in football. And Lou Holtz, who coached William and Mary, confronted WVU head coach Bobby Bowden about running up that score. And Bowden told Holtz he would have closer games if he recruited more Williams and less Marys.
Dude, that might be one of the best football quotes I've ever heard.
That's a great quote.
That's a great quote.
I actually laughed out loud
That's
when
a
I
great
saw
quote.
that. That is awesome. But and like this is something else that I was also doing a deep dive on, and there have been 19 national football championships from just 4 counties in the northern West Virginia area: Harrison, Mon, Marion, and Brooke. 19 national football championships from those areas. Listen to this: from Mon County, John McKay, 4-time champion. Kurt Signetti, who won this year, 1 time, and
he played here too.
He
as
did.
a quarterback.
He did.
Yep.
And in Marion County, Nick Saban, obviously one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time, 7-time national championship. Fielding Yost from Marion County, 6-time national championship, one of like the godfathers of college football. And then in Harrison County, got Jimbo Fisher,
baby.
1-time champion. And then in Brooke County, we got the Lou Holtz now.
So is West Virginia coaching the coaching state?
I mean, this is football bleeding state. Like it runs deep, man.
Yeah.
So that's a
it's that
crazy
gritty
stuff.
passion that got, dude.
Yeah, it's that blue collar
gold swagger.
Blue collar gold swagger.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, love that mentality. So I thought that was interesting. But rest in peace, Lou Holtz, great guy. So
Yep.
Mountaineer Minute, Flea, what do we got?
Women basketball, man. What a team they are. They're ranked 15th in the country, sitting at 24-6. Last game, they just destroyed Cincinnati. Couldn't do it to a better team. Nobody likes Cincinnati. They beat them 118-60.
I saw that score and I didn't think it was real.
Dude, I also saw West Virginia women's basketball has like one of the best defenses in the nation and best offenses. They're the only team in the Big 12 for women's to score triple digits, and they've done it 3 times.
That's crazy.
That is an insane stat. But they take on Arizona State today.
Yeah.
And Kansas City
I think
for the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. But looking at the men's side, disappointing loss to Kansas State last game.
Looking a little grim.
Looking very grim. The only chance we have of making the tournament is making the final game in the Big 12 tournament or winning the whole thing in the Big 12 tournament. And that's
probably not
going
to happen.
I think our odds are under probably 3% there.
Yeah. I mean, we're 17-13 overall. We play UCF today, don't we?
Yeah, we do at 8.
At 8 o'clock
so
tonight.
we need that one if we want to have a slim shot.
I just don't understand it because like we upsetted BYU
Yeah.
the other day, and they were what, top 18?
They were like 19th.
19th in the country. So, and then you lose to Kansas State. I don't know.
And consistency, dude. It's a good.
It's all about
sport.
Basketball's a game of runs.
Bryce Kelly said that. Bryce Kelly has some of the greatest quotes you'll ever hear in your life.
He's a very smart
man.
man.
This is a quote show now.
We should like put our quotes up here on the screen.
That Lou Holtz quote, dude. Bryce Kelly.
Man. More Williams, less Marys.
Dude, I'm gonna use that.
I'm gonna remember that one.
That's a crazy quote, dude.
That is a good quote. Hey, folks, that's all the time that we have for today. We thank you for tuning in and sticking around. We hope to see you next time here. Hopefully, we'll be back here in the swing of things next Friday. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode of The Hudl. And until then, folks, stay prayed up, take care, and God bless. We'll see you next time.